Welcome guys to another video in the channel. We are back again for another video, and today we are doing the Arsenal versus Wolverhampton Wanderers match preview and predicted lineup. But just before we start this video, if you did enjoy the live reaction for the Molde game, please let me know any improvements. I'm new to StreamYard. I mean, like, I've heard of it, obviously. I've jumped on other people's streams, but you know, I'm not an expert at StreamYard. It's going to take me a while to get used to it. StreamYard is not something I'm always going to use, obviously, for watchalongs, which hopefully I'm getting graphics done for that, so face cam as well with that one, and should be ready for the Spurs game hopefully. So we'll start it with the Spurs game, but we'll have to see. But I think I forgot to connect my mic to the Molde reaction, so that was a big L from me. But let's get straight into this Wolves preview now. This is a very difficult game for us at home because pressure is mounting. I don't think obviously he's gonna get sacked, Mikel Arteta, but you know what I mean. Pressure is mounting from a lot of people, including me, because I think for me it is deserved pressure for Mikel Arteta, because I've said this many times, there are a lot of issues that need ironing out, and in that Leeds game we saw some improvement but not a lot of improvement, because you know, we've still not scored, you know, an open play goal since over 900 minutes, like 6-7 hours or something crazy like that. You know, it's not been good for us this season. You know, obviously we won the game against Fulham, Sheffield United, West Ham, but other than that it's been a bit of a crap fest, hasn't it? And we obviously drew that game against Leeds United, and yeah, you know, it was with 10 men. We were so lucky we didn't concede in that game against Leeds United. I really thought we should have, because you know, they had so many chances, they hit the bar so many times. Rodrigo got himself into so many positions. When he did come on along with Patrick Bamford, he should have put one of those away, but again I did think, you know, we got lucky. We got away with that one against Leeds United, because I think if we did lose that game, we'd be in a lot of troubles. But again, even a draw isn't very good for us, and we are sitting in 12th at the moment. Arsenal 13 points off 9 games. Very disappointing. Not good enough. We really need to turn our fortunes around at the moment. We're not doing very well. Sorry, yeah, 9 games played, 13 points. Yeah, not great. Wolves, they're not doing much better. You know, they're doing worse than what they were doing last season. Obviously, you know, they've changed around a few players. You know, they're trying to, you know, do a different style of play. You know, obviously, you know, when you're so good for one season, you know, teams start to suss you out, and then it becomes even harder. I think that's the problem for Mikel Arteta. Lots of teams are, you know, finding him out basically, and he's not able to adapt right now. And Wolves, 14 points, 9 games, only 1 more point than us, so they've not had the greatest of starts either to this Premier League season. And the sort of players they have, obviously we know Raul Jimenez, a huge threat to us, and you know, if we give him time on the ball, if we give him shots, then you know, he will be putting them away. But looking at their team, you know, they've got decent players. Aït-Nouri's been really good for them at left back. Nelson Semedo, obviously very experienced player who came from Barcelona, and then in their midfield is probably better than ours. Dendoncker, Ruben Neves, João Moutinho, very experienced midfield. You know, very powerful, very strong, good passing, and obviously, you know, so much pace in their forward line as well, with the Adama Traore, Jimenez, who scored so many goals, and Podence as well, with the likes of Neto and Vitinha coming off the bench. Obviously the new player they signed, Fabio Silva, Keanu Hoover as well. Quite a lot of players in that Wolves team that could cause us a lot of problems, and I think we have to be at our A game today. Not today, but like on Sunday when we do play them in the 7:15 kickoff, the late night kickoff. I don't like the late night kickoffs, but on a Sunday especially, I don't mind Saturday, but Sunday I'm not too keen on. But it's going to be an interesting one. Obviously Arsenal did in their last game beat Molde 3-0, throwing Balogun scoring, the main key aspect of that. Obviously for this game, the team news, Luiz, we don't know much about his injury update. Saka will be back for this game, that has been confirmed essentially, but Thomas Partey, we're not too sure. I'm going to put him in my lineup, because even a half fit Partey is probably better than all our midfield combined. That's saying something. And with David Luiz, I'm not too sure, because he did come off injured, but I will put him in my team because I think Rob Holding needs a bit of a break out the side. He was very poor against Molde, and he was poor against Leeds United, and he was quite poor against Aston Villa as well, mainly down to, you know, Hector Bellerin in the Premier League games. But in the Molde game there wasn't really an excuse, because I thought Ainsley Maitland-Niles played quite well in that game, and he did sort of play in that left centre back role, even though it's not his position. But again, when you're a centre back, you should be expected to play both sides. But we are going to go straight into our predicted lineup. First of all, in goal, we're going to go Bernd Leno as always. Runarsson did play in the Molde game. I want Runarsson to play in the rest of the Europa League games, possibly the FA Cup games, that sort of thing. But Bernd Leno is a Premier League goalkeeper, and that is who we're going to go with. I'm going to go with the 4-3-3 starting off in the right back position. Hector Bellerin. Now again, I don't want to put him in the side, but I do want to put a bit of realism on it. And it's come out, apparently Hector Bellerin said Arteta adopted him when he first came to Arsenal. That's hilarious. But yeah, no wonder he's been picked every week. And Hector Bellerin, he's quite poor. I just think Arteta loves him and he's going to play him. And I think with Bellerin is he has one good game after every 5, and in those 5 games he has 3 rubbish games, 1 average game and 1 good game. So he's so inconsistent, Hector Bellerin, and I think he really needs to get his performances better, much better, if he really wants to stay in the side. But I think Arteta, it's not good decision making. One of the reasons I'm calling for his neck at the moment. But Ainsley Maitland-Niles played well against Molde, hopefully gets the nod, but we'll have to go with Hector Bellerin. Moving on to 2 centre-backs for us. On the right hand side of that centre-back, I'll go with David Luiz. I thought he was very good in the Molde game until he went off with a bit of a head injury. I'm not sure if it's concussion, I'm not too sure. I said this earlier, a minute or 2 ago. But yeah, I'm going to put David Luiz in. We need an experienced head next to Gabriel, just to lead him, guide him, because Rob Holding isn't that person, and I think Gabriel does much better with someone like David Luiz next to him, so that's why I'm going to go with him. And moving on to the left centre-back, kind of gave it away, but Gabriel, there's no excuse, really, no excuse. Gabriel, he's probably, out of everyone in our team, probably the first name on the team sheet, along with Thomas Partey and probably Aubameyang. But yeah, Gabriel been brilliant so far this season, probably one of the best centre-backs in the league with Van Dijk out, along with Fofana. That's just my opinion, but yeah, I'll go Gabriel. Left back, Kieran Tierney, pretty obvious. There's no real debating on that one. Did come on for a bit in the game against Molde, but obviously probably will feature in this game against Wolves. Moving in to the midfield, first of all, on the right hand side, I will go with Thomas Partey. Now again, as I said a minute or 2 ago, I'm not too sure on his fitness problems, whether he will be available. He did have a groin injury before the international, just before the international break, where he did come off at half-time against Aston Villa, and that did really cost us the game, because Partey is a huge aspect in our squad, and we really need him on our team to provide us with that stability, because without Partey, we're basically broken again, aren't we? We're back to square one, so we really need Partey in our team. Hopefully he can feature in this game, but again, as I said, a half-fit Partey is probably better than our whole midfield, so I would risk it with him, and I'm going to put him in the side. On that left mid row, I'm going to go with Granit Xhaka. Granit Xhaka and Thomas Partey, we haven't seen them together, so you may as well try it. It's going all southwards, but again, I would put someone like Emo Smith-Rowe, but again, you have to have that element of realism in your predicted lineup. It's a predicted lineup, isn't it? So that's why I'll go with Granit Xhaka. In that number 10 row, I will go with Dani Ceballos, however you want to say it. He eats paella, he drinks Estrella. He's not doing much at the moment though, is he? I mean, he is, but I think Arteta's playing him too deep, because some of the things Ceballos was doing early on in the game against Leeds was so good. Everything that a cam should do, a cam, as I say, an attacking midfielder sort of player. I think he's being deployed too far. He's picking the ball up from centre backs. That's something Partey and Xhaka should do, and then they should pass it on to Ceballos, who Ceballos can make his little pass incisions through the midfield, through the attack, through the other defence, so we can score some goals, score more goals, because I think we're not creating enough from that midfield. And if you see where we can, which player in our midfield can give us the killer pass, and I think that right now I have to say it could be Dani Ceballos. So I think you may as well try it. It's going all southwards, just give something a go, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. So yeah, in the attack right hand side, I'll go with Willian. I'm not too keen on putting him in, but we really don't have any more option. Obviously I'd put Nicola Pepe in, but he is serving a suspension, so I will have to go with Willian. He did alright in the game against Leeds, especially the first half, but second half he kind of faded, didn't have much to do in the game, and I think he got taken off as well. So not great for Willian, but we'll have to put him in, and hopefully he can make an impact in this game against Wolves. In the left hand side, I will go Bukayo Saka. He should be back for this game, according to reports, according to numerous articles, and articles from Goal, Charles Watts, whatnot, all these people. And hopefully Saka is back for this game against someone who gives us a lot of energy and has got so much experience already in the first team. And and hopefully he can guide us to a win, get a few goals. I think he did score in a Wolves game. last in the post-lockdown. I think he did. I can't remember exactly. But yeah, I'll go Bukayo Saka on the left-hand side, and down the middle, I will go Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. I have a feeling Lacazette might play in this game because he got taken off like 60 odd minutes. But again, even Xhaka did. But we'll have to see. And I just don't like the attitude of Lacazette at the moment. He just looks so down for some reason, doesn't get involved enough. And I will have to go the Aubameyang again, who's been very poor this season. I'll have to be honest, Aubameyang's been very, very bad this season. But again, he's such an amazing striker when he is on form, and he's been so consistent over the last few years. I don't know what's happened to him. You know, he wants to prove doubters wrong because, you know, he signed that new big contract, and ever since he's not been himself. So I think we need to get him firing, and hopefully we can try and help him out as well. And putting him down the middle is one key to do that, because on the left it's just not working. He gets even more isolated. So yeah, that's why I'll go Aubameyang down the middle. So that is it for my predicted lineup for this home game against Wolves. As I said, it's going to be very difficult. They've got such a pacey line, and I think with the likes of Adama Traore and Podence, they're just going to come at our back line. And I think can Tierney deal with Adama? Will we put Niles on the left to deal with Adama? Because that's what we did in that 2-0 win we had against them previous in the last season, post-lockdown, whatever you want to call that. But yeah, I think we can beat Wolves. But again, we'll have to be on our A game today. It'll have to be a good performance because, you know, this team can hurt you. They're a quality side, and hopefully we can get the job done, because, you know, when you look at our next game in the Premier League after that, I'm scared to say the least, and it is the game against Tottenham Hotspur, obviously. So yeah, that is it for my predicted lineup and match preview for this game. What do you think about my predicted lineup? Would you change anything? Would you agree or disagree? Leave your score prediction in the comment section down below as well. I think Arsenal could win this one, but again, it's Arsenal, you never know. So thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys in the next one. Bye.